Welcome back. My name is Fikiri, the Dark Feminina. I am the Lady of the Lake of England and of the world, and I am the reigning Cleopatra the Ninth. And I am English. I look like English people before early to mid 1800s, when what was called the Great Lightning or the Great Whitening took place. Some may think it refers to the weather, the Great Lightning. It actually referred to a very sudden changing of the apparu, of the appearance of most people in Britain. They were no longer black or brown, Kyalo like myself, but they look like most British people have done since then, and across Europe and across the world. North Africa used to be black people, Egypt, North Africa, the Middle East, Asia, all of Europe, the Americas. It was nearly all uniformly what's called Kyalo, in honor of Africa's original name. The description is Kyalo. People used to look like I do. They used to look like most Sudanese people do today, or like most Ethiopian people do today, like most Tanzanians, like most South African people do, like most Nigerian, Sierra Leonean, Liberian. I mean, that's what most people used to look like. Varying kinds of hair, varying colors of hair even. Some with a black blueness to the skin, some with a coal blackness, some with a black brown like myself, some lighter still, like perhaps Nelson Mandela is quite a light brown. Some had a reddish tint, they were kind of black red, some black green like Oshuro's Osiris, and some a black goldenness, a black yellowness. I'm not quite as, even with dust on my face, even without dust on my face, I'm not quite as yellow brown as I used to be. Some were black or brown with a kind of purplishness to them, some with a kind of whiteness to them. And the world's gone a bit strange about colour and worrying about colour, because it's worrying about prophecy having misunderstood the creator's intentions regarding Kyalo and regarding the Segudo prophecy. So many can only see difficulties and stresses for themselves that they fear they won't be able to cope with, because they don't understand the heart of the creator. The creator is love, ahava, mer. The creator is love. And so, of course, a prophecy for the earth, for creation, is going to be good. It's not... Judgment Day is Judgment Day. And I personally, with the religious gifts that I have put the worlds in the truth pool so many times. And all sorts of truths have come out. And as people can tell, they haven't come out to everybody's attention or memory completely, because you still don't know all your friends' secrets, do you? You still don't know all of your children's or your colleagues or your spouses, your partners, your boyfriends, past, present. You still mostly don't know each other's secrets, even though you've been in the truth pool more times than I can count. And the creator is good. Is only good, only holy. Yes, we should fear the Lord, because I fear the lady, because goddess and God are one, and we should fear them aright for their holiness, their goodness, their power. Their standard of holiness is perfect, and we are just not. And many people really do believe that if Kyalo, that is Africa, becomes powerful again like she used to be, they will suffer calamities, all their secrets will come out, they'll be, I've heard they're meant to be up in the sky, No one's going to be able to hide their secrets, their secret affairs, their secret the deceptions of who the father or the mother of the children is, the secrets of all kinds apparently are supposed to end up kind of like in neon in the skies, in people's inboxes, and no one will be able to escape, and no one will ever be able to delete anything. And apparently such an overwhelmingly horrible idea, it's not as if humanity doesn't deserve it, but then the Creator is gracious and doesn't treat us as our sins deserve altogether. So that is actually not on the cards. That's the belief of those who, if they can't control it, then they want to ruin it. And people need to get out of just trusting such confusion, such untruth, such a big lie. The Segudo prophecy is going to be better than the best party ever. There'll be, the promise is everything that's in Revelation of new heavens and a new earth. There'll be no more poverty and no more illness, no more sickness. In a flash, done. No more poverty, no more illness, and it's still wayward humanity has had just a few. It only takes a handful of people to get the Creator all wrong and to present such a beautiful promise as a problem. A parry, oh yes, but in order for that to happen, all our secrets have to come out. Who says? That's not in scripture. No, that's man inventing a problem that the Creator has not given us. Even when secrets do come out, some have come out already and they've been forgotten to most people already. And usually the person who remembers is the person who has the secret. And it's the way to get blessings, protection, rescue is not to be unjust and unjustly horrible to anyone. Least of all, blasphemy, that doesn't get you blessings. And insulting me or insulting your rulers around you, or that doesn't get you blessings. Horrible gets horrible. So I want to go back to the Kyalo. Kyalo, that was the original long. Before there was Mesopotamia settled, there was Kyalo. And before the rest of Kyalo was settled, there was Kyalo Tutsi, the Nile Valley. And we begin in Aswan. And the ordering of the nations of the world from the very first human beings, were however many artifacts, ancestors, skeletons, remains that may be found in various parts of Africa or in the Middle East or in Europe or in South America, the Caribbean, anywhere in Asia, anywhere in the Middle East, there are earlier still in Kyalo Tutsi. It's just a matter of when they get found or refound. It's a done. It's already happened. Life began in Kyalo Tutsi in the Nile Valley in Aswan. And the Aswani is the original royal capital of Kyalo Tutsi, Misra, Egypt. And there are names, all the world's nations, original kingdoms begin with Kyalo something. Because Kyalo is the height and the epicenter of the world. And since she decided, far too many people in Kyalo, have to mention the difficulty, is within Kyalo and without outside Kyalo, lots of respect, but also it only takes a few individuals filled with jealousy and selfish ambition and things go awry. And that happened within Kyalo as well as without. Not supporting her own native kings and local kings, the dukes, caused Africa a loss of power more upsetting than would have been. And the way back is the same roots, is to honour Kyalo's said kings. His Majesty King Fuad II needs to be honoured back in Kyalo Tutsi, shouldn't have to live outside the country because of those who fear, because they fought his dad, or the family members fear. He's a just man, but keeping him away is causing weird weather and causing all sorts of other problems. So it's actually not an option to keep him away or to have him brought back but ignored. Humanity. So now the original Kyalo is the original Long. It used to have so much power and so much respect in the world, and as of the end of the 20th century, end of the 19th century, sorry, that had started to go. Apart from those in the world who were still honourable and who still remembered who Kyalo was, and their voice has become a minority voice if it's heard at all. But that is hurting the world, not just Kyalo. The Kyalo is 18 original kingdoms. Kyalo Tutsi, Egypt, Kyalo Su, all of Sudan, north and south, Kyalo Wo, that is Egypt, Kyalo So, Somalia, then Kyalo Ku, all of Tanzania, then Kyalo Kee, all of Kenya, then Kyalo Uji, all of Uganda, then Kyalo Ru, or Rua, all of Rwanda, then Kyalo Bu, all of Burundi, then Kyalo Ma, all of Malawi, then Kyalo Za, all of Zambia. Then there's a hop down to Kyalo Ko, which is all of South Africa, then Kyalo Mo, which is all of Mozambique, then Kyalo Le, which is all of Lesotho, then Kyalo Bo, which is all of Botswana, then Kyalo Zu, which is all of ZU, which is all of Zimbabwe, then Kyalo Na, which is all of Namibia, and then all the other kingdoms are Kyalo Amba, or Kyalo Bukongo, whose capital is the Bukongo, the tribe, the Bukongo. And much of Kyalo Libya belongs to Kyalo Amba, as does all of North Africa west of Egypt and Sudan and Ethiopia. So everywhere, a nation I haven't yet mentioned, West Africa, West Central Africa, is all one vast blessed kingdom. And the capital is what is DRC up to Cameroon. The north of that big kingdom is Libya. And then the south begins at Bangui, the ME, Mama Echo, the ME head the south of Kyalo Amba, all the way across to Gambia and Guinea-Bissau. And it's all Kyalo. And much strife is coming from people not knowing originals, because we're in a time of original, and so we need to be humanity and governments, people, kings, queens, rulers, their children, that need to be finding ways of reordering Kyalo according to originals as gracefully as possible, because that's part of the prophecy, that's part of the ruling proforma of today. Kyalo So and Kyalo Kee are having problems because Mandera in Kenya is the northeast of Kenya. It is originally Kyalo Kee. It's not Kyalo So. I don't know why anybody's fighting poor Mandera for, giving them all that stress and grief. It's not part of Somalia. People moving from one part of Kyalo or one part of Europe or Asia or the Americas to another for 1,000 years, unless the children are born native to that country, those people are still who they were originally. Your parents don't change because you move country. So yes, for a time, temporary proforma has rearranged the political map, the kingdom's map, but that's temporary proforma, which is different to original proforma. And we are in a time of originals. So anyone whose national insurance number begins OUUE, OUCEA, OUCEB, and then OUCA, OUCB is Kenya. The south of Somalia is south of Egypt is QE. The south of Sudan, it begins QUE. The south of Ethiopia, Kyalo Wo, begins QUUE. and QUAE is the start of the South Dukedoms of Kyalo, so Somalia. So there's a big difference because Qs are always south. They're always south of the country. And the south is different, like England's south is different to the capital. London heads England. Then it's the North Dukedoms, beginning in the northeast always, and then the South Dukedoms, beginning in England's case, WE. So the south of Somalia begins QUAE through to QUAZ, QUAZA, QAZB. That's the extent of Somalia. And O, as in Somalia's OE, heads the North Dukedoms of Kyalo, Sudan, sorry, Kyalo Su. So the O's of Somalia are north of Somalia, and the O's of Kenya are the north of Kyalo Kee. It's an ancient kingdom, all of her own, separate to Kyalo So. People are dying because they won't take notice of this. They won't divinare, they won't shlola, and they won't take notice of what they see when they do. I don't know what's happening there. Maybe nobody's divinare at all. They're just following ideas. You can't pluck a temporary performer from 15,000 BC and stick it on today like some kind of horrible plaster and expect goodness to result. It's past. That was then. People have to get used to keeping up with what is the reigning performer. What is the uhlelo of today? Past is past. Sometimes it's just gone. It's time was glorious, but it's gone. And same is true for the whole world. Now, after Africa is the Middle East that begins at Kyalo Judah. Then it's all of Asia beginning at Kyalo Shini, which is China. Then Europe begins at Kyalo Ru, or Rus of Europe, which is Russia. And the Americas begin with the Honk Papa Lakota Sioux. Wherever they may be living, they're not living in their original homeland, which I believe is South Carolina, but they are America's senior tribe, senior family. The surname is also Sioux. However badly I'm probably pronouncing it, sorry. But Kyalo, the Middle East begins at Kyalo Jew and ends with Turkey. So that Canaan is Kyalo Jew Ka. And it continues down to Kyalo Jew Lay, which is Lebanon, and Kyalo Jew Af, which is Afghanistan. All their capital cities begin with G. And then it's Saudi Arabia, then Iraq, then Jordan, and then I get can't quite remember, but I think it's Persia, Oman, and then Syria, then Armenia, which is part of the Middle East, and then Turkey, and then we're out of the Middle East and off to China. It has just blessed the earth, people. So much stress, so much needless fighting, people suffering, being beaten up, being displaced, needing aid agencies, and dying because people being pulled into fighting for this army and that army, not even knowing anything much accurately enough about performer. So they're fighting for something that can't be. Bless you all. Please take heed. Pray about these matters, please. Matters to you too.